Hey friends, have you ever noticed how sometimes a cream makes a rash disappear, but then the person starts getting asthma or stomach trouble later? And that's not magic of the cream, that's suppression. And today we're going to chat about what suppression really means, why it looks like a cure at first, but actually hides danger underneath. By the end, you will see why Hahnemann and H.A.Robert warned us never to silence symptoms without understanding them. So let's dive in. I hope you have subscribed to my channel. If not, please do subscribe and make sure you got your textbook with you. Alright. Vital force maintains harmony. That's the first thing. So, vital energy is the expression of life itself. When the vital force works freely, we have balance and health. When external influences block or confuse the vital, then what will happen? It can't express itself properly. That's why disease will appear. So when external influences blocks the vital force, what will happen? It will confuse the vital force and it will not be able to express it properly, and that's why disease appears. Like imagine that you are sitting in a room and you was enjoying the present moment and you was singing songs, you was listening to the music, everything, but suddenly one person comes and slap on your face and then put a plaster on your mouth and you will not be able to talk. So because of that, your other friends will not be able to hear you. Likewise, our vital force is also expressing through symptoms. And if we are hindering that through treatments and creams, all those things, then what will happen? You will not be able to express symptoms, so we will not know. For example, you will get brown spots or liver spots on the face. So it shows that you have to detox the liver, isn't it? But instead of that, we will say, oh, it's hyperpigmentation, let me put some serum, let me put some cream. And after 2 days, it's vanished. Or after months or years, it vanished. But what was the real cause? The liver detox was not done. So vital force has showed you, okay, now you got the spot, you have to take that, otherwise your liver is going deteriorating, but you didn't do so you got suppressed. Now, how suppression begins? External shocks or emotions can block the natural flow of vital force. Examples of suppressive emotional shocks are fright, example after an accident, like fear or anxiety, example worrying about future, grief, unquitted love, disappointment or ambition crushed, exhaustion or burnout, like always we always get burned out at this present moment, especially being a medico. Then emotional trauma passed to baby through a nursing mother. These don't just cause temporary sadness, they can distort the whole state of the person and even affect the next generation. So even though we are stressed today, it is not only stress ourselves but also our future generation too. Next, suppression by drugs, that is known homeopathic. We often see palliation, then suppression or even aggravation. Drugs that don't match the disease state, that is not homeopathic, may give temporary relief. Example, painkillers, cough suppressants, antidiarrheals, aspirin, paracetamol, dolo, coal tar drugs, anything. So sometimes even drugs will suppress our vital force. So all these are suppressed by drugs. But these do not cure, they hide the symptoms, and later the disease goes deeper, the more dangerous condition appears, and the vital force is forced to express itself elsewhere. So what will the vital force do? So it just gave you tiny pimple or a tiny black spot, but instead of that you just suppress it. So the vital force will say, okay, I shouldn't give symptoms on his or on her skin, I should give something else more important. Okay, I will do something in a thyroid, or I will do something in a stomach, I will do something in a heart. So from less important organ to more important organ, the vital force will challenge, because the vital force will think, only if I give these troubles to the person will concern. So that's why we shouldn't suppress it. We should understand the root cause. You have hair loss, check the root cause of the hair loss. You have pimples, check it. Do you have PCOS or hormonal imbalance or anything else? Sometimes it could be even water or climate. Anything can be the reason. So instead of just sealing that and concealing the symptoms and suppressing it, you should identify the root cause of the disease. Hahnemann's warning in Organon aphorism 59, Hahnemann has told us, Robert quotes of Organon where Hahnemann says, antipathic, that is opposite remedies, give relief at first but are followed by stronger worse symptoms. That's why Hahnemann will not promote antipathic, because it's opposite, it's not similar. So first it will give relief, but later more complication will come. Examples from Hahnemann are opium for cough, so it gives suppression, later worse condition. Next, coffee for fatigue. Oh, I feel tired. Oh, I feel so sleepy. So you will grab a cup of coffee, you drink it, you get excited. But later, have you ever noticed that you'll feel exhausted after a few times? You'll feel more drowsy, more than before. So primary effect is equals to quick relief. So that quick relief, that is the target to all the youngsters and all the people in this world. The target is the quick relief, that quickness. But secondary effect is equals to suppression and deeper disease. Now, dangerous results of suppression. So the clinical examples are cough plus opium. Night cough. It got relieved temporarily, but later what did happen? lung weakness got. So first relief, then it caused night cough, then fever, night sweats, then possible tuberculosis or even lung collapse because your lung is weak. Next, aspirin and modern drugs. Suppress the pain, cover the condition but never cure it. So all these modern drugs and aspirin, what will happen? Okay, I have this pain, but when I took that allopathic medicine, I got cured. There's no more pain. You'll be happy, but don't be so happy because even though that pain got reduced, you should think that it was suppressed because even though it covered the condition, it never cured it. Pain is a warning sign. It shows there is inflammation. So when suppressed, the disease goes silent and later appears more dangerous in another organ or in a deeper form. So you'll be thinking, okay, I was having leg pain. I took that medicine. The doctor was very good. I got cured. But now my complaint is in some other, like I am having stomach pain. So you'll think it is another complaint. But the reason for that complaint was the other one. That's why we should be very careful. It doesn't mean it's allopathy, it's homeopathy. Whatever medicine, it has power. And even if you're giving homeopathy also, you should be thorough with materia medica because that even materia medica, if you're not studying, it can lead to aggravation. Even though we say that we don't have side effects, there are some places that we should be very careful. Otherwise, it can lead to bad health issues. So you should be very careful with that too. That's why we should study materia medica, Organon, understand it, and then prescribe. So we should allow the vital force to express itself in its own way. If we let symptoms develop naturally, we can understand the totality and prescribe the minimum. That's why you should analyze the case. But if we suppress the symptoms, the true picture becomes blurred and the vital force is confused and disturbed. Again, suppression of skin diseases like eczema, etc. This is a very important topic, skin, isn't it? Because everyone will be concerned about their skin because it's an outward appearance and everyone will be asking questions. What happened to that? How long have you been sick with this? So all those questions can cause us to be insecure. So the skin manifestation can be removed externally, but the chronic miasm is forced deeper. Even though we use serums, creams, lotions, any kind of topical application, but even though we do all those things, it can lead to suppression. So what's happening? Many people apply creams on ointments to remove eczema, psoriasis, rashes, itching. The outer layer disappears, but the inner disease force, that is the chronic miasm, gets forced inward. The disease moves from skin to deep organs like nervous system, mental level, all those sorts. Why is this dangerous? It gives the illusion of cure, but actually the disease goes closer to the vital organs. If continued, cure becomes nearly impossible. And later stages may show asthma, like after eczema is suppressed, or epilepsy or madness in deep cases. So what is a key element quote in Organon 61? So in aphorism 61, he said, "No physician ever cured a deep disease unless the remedy was homeopathic in action, and palliation leads to aggravation." This paragraph beautifully explains that true cure is equals to through similar remedy, minimum. Suppression is equals to makes things worse, not better. Suppression of natural secretion. So now skin is over, other disease is over. Now what about natural secretions? You love to put deodorants, all sorts of things like sweat, menses, etc. Using antiperspirants in armpits like deodorants, perfume, etc. And apply medicinal powders to stop food sweat. Cold bath after exertion, suppress sweat suddenly. Like you went to gym and you feel so exhausted and your body was too much heat, isn't it? You're sweating, all those toxins are going out and your body was thanking you. Oh, you're going to gym, you're so perfect and excreting all those toxins. And at that time, you're taking a shower. And this body will be, oh, this master, why he's doing this? I was going to excrete all those toxins from your body and you didn't give few minutes, you didn't give me few hours to reduce all those toxins. Instead of that, you suppressed it. So we will be thinking, oh, I went to gym, I should take a bath fast because it's filled with sweat, dirt, bacteria, and you will be taking it. So on both sides, you're not seeing the true cause. So always when you go to gym or you play or whatever it is, if you're exhausted that much and sweaty, then you have to take rest. At least you can gaze the beautiful nature and you can take rest, so your mind also will be calmed. And then you take a bath and it will be not be suppressed. And cold exposure suppresses menses. So some girls will have suppressed menses when they wash their feet cold or sometimes cold bathing. So all these things should be noted because you shouldn't suppress natural excretions or secretions. So what happens if we are suppressing all those secretions? These secretions are nature's way to throw out toxins, and suppressing them closes the exit gate. Toxins stay inside, disease shifts to other channels like lungs, kidneys, and nervous system. So what is the consequence? Chronic disease, fever, pain, or mental disturbance. In women, suppression of menses can lead to hysteria, tumors, or depression. Suppression by surgery. Tonsils, teeth, and sinuses. Modern practices remove tonsils for sore throat, extract teeth for abscess, and operate on sinuses. fibroids, appendix, etc. Why is this wrong in chronic disease? These are just end products of deeper turmoil. Removing the organ does not remove the cause. So you will think, oh, she's having that problem, that tonsil problem. So let me just remove it. Tonsillectomy, you write it, prescribe, gone. So the problem is gone. But no, this is wrong. So first it showed problem on your skin. You suppressed it. Then it showed, sometimes it might have showed on your tonsil. You think the problem is with tonsil and you are suppressing it by surgically removing it. So still is it over? No. Still it was not over. Again you're suppressing, double suppression. That's why it's told as wrong. So the vital force lost its outlet, finds a deeper, more dangerous outlet, often mental or emotional. So they will think, okay, I will give her anxiety, I will give her emotional problems like depression, all those things. So she will understand that she needs a doctor or anyone else help. So suppression, there are some examples and after effects or danger in this table. What you see is stopping outward symptoms without healing inside. That is suppression. For example, ointment for eczema. Asthma or lung disease will happen later. Suppression is blocking natural secretions. Example like antiperspirants, cold baths. What will happen? Reappearance in deep organ. Third is removing organs surgically, like tonsillectomy, hysterectomy, all those things. What will happen? Disease comes to mental or emotional layer. So suppression, when you think of suppression, remember with this table, there are three things: outward symptoms without healing inside, blocking natural secretions, and removing organ surgically. There will be a 2-mark or 5-mark question like, can you give a difference between suppression and homeopathy? Then you have to write these. Suppression pushes diseases inward. Meanwhile, homeopathy brings the disease outward and heals. Suppression silences symptom. Meanwhile, homeopathy uses symptom to find cure. So as a homeopath, we need symptoms. So don't suppress, okay? Then suppression acts against vital force, but homeopathy supports vital force direction. Suppression is short-term relief, but homeopathy is a long-term cure. Not just relief, it's a cure. The first aphorism. Okay. So what's the conclusion? Any act that silences a symptom without healing its cause forces the disease deep into more vital organs, making cure longer, harder, and sometimes impossible. Symptoms are the language of the soul, and if we silence them with ointments, pills, or scalpels, we stop the voice of the body. But the disease doesn't disappear. It just whispers in a darker, more dangerous place. Sometimes we cannot even reverse that. So the true homeopath listens, understands, heals from within, not by force, but by harmony. I hope you have understood the topic, and I believe that you will write the exam very beautifully with this. Thank you for listening. I hope you have subscribed to my channel and put on the notification bell so that you will receive more videos. Thank you. Have a great day.